All right, is y'all ready? I said, is y'all ready to talk about love and marriage? Let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and get right on into love and marriage, Huntsville, guys. All right. So we start off with Tisha and Marsau. Okay. Tisha and Marsau, we found out that Marsau actually went to Africa and Tisha wanted to go with him, but he said that he needed this time to himself. Okay. He did not want to go with her. And she felt the way about that. And I am in the middle. Okay. I understand Tisha feeling a way about him going out of the country internationally, right? Without her. But at the same time, I understand as a human why he may have needed that time, because he has been talking about being depressed and things. All I could ask is that when it's Tisha's time to go out of the country, and if she decides to go to Paris or wherever the hell she decides to go, we want to hear none of your mouth. Okay. Marsau Scott, come to the front. Marsau Scott, come to the front. We do not want to hear your mouth when it's time for Tisha to go on her solo sabbatical or whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay. When she goes on her trip, we don't want to hear nothing. Nathaniel. Okay. So he says that he needed a break away from everything. I do feel like that comment was a bit selfish to me, because it's like, how dare you? How dare you sit up there and say you needed a break from everything? So see, y'all finna see how I'm so conflicted, right? Because on the human element, I get it. But also, now that you like, you somebody's husband, it's like, I don't get it. Like, don't say that. Like, I needed a break from everything, as though she doesn't do a lot. And when they did the Social Mania episode, y'all did not like how they downplayed her accomplishments. Y'all know Tisha I know she finished the master's. I feel like she may have gotten 2 masters. Okay. She works on like different real estate projects that she got going on. She's a mom of like 3 fucking kids. Okay. All right. So she has a whole lot, honestly, going on. Whether y'all like Tisha, whether y'all don't like Tisha, Tisha got a lot going on. Then she has to deal with his as a husband. So for you to say you needed a break from everything as though she didn't need one, and because you rely on her so much, if it's time for her to take her own trip, you're going to make that an issue. You're going to give her the 3rd degree about it. You're going to feel like she need to take the kids with you, or at least take the girls with her. And that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's be fair. So Tisha, you need to go and plan your trip for 2022. And wherever you finna go overseas without his ass, period. Okay, and no motherfucking kids. Leave him at the house. Let him take care of them. Okay. So Tisha says that she has a lot on herself as well, and would have loved to have gone with him, but he didn't even invite her. Here's another thing. Yeah, you didn't invite her. I feel like he could have probably did this. Let's say he went for a week, right? I'm going to go by myself for the first 2 to 3 days, so I can just have some time to myself. And then you can come on the end part of the trip, so that way we can get reconnected with each other. Because I think that was another thing that was an issue with their marriage last season. Like, of course, he's over here working himself into the ground and stuff, but also is causing them to not be as close and connected as she would like, okay? We saw when they went to Houston, okay, for the little wine or some of the connection, I'm going to say a networking event or whatever they had conference going on, and how she tried to do some sexy, wear her sexy attire, and he wasn't even really interested or paying attention to that. And I feel like you need that. You know what I'm saying? You need to do the sex and stuff so you can get reconnected and all that with your partner. So what better way to do that by going over to Africa or wherever y'all went and y'all humping like rabbits and stuff? You know what I'm saying? So you already know there was an issue within y'all marriage, child. So yeah, no. Okay. You should have invited her, at least on the ending part of the trip, because I understand if you do need some time, because I think he does run himself into the ground with trying to do the real estate. We heard him talk about his focus being getting to the money, grinding, making sure his kids don't have to. Right. So now he's starting to change his mindset on that. Okay. Marsau says his focus at this time is now his family and his loved ones. Marsau wants his kids to live every day instead of not being able to be somewhere, because he and Tisha got to work. So he wants to make sure that he's around more, and we hope to see it. And that the kids are not able to miss some events because, oh, mom and dad got to do this and that. So you won't be able to go to such and such as party, or you won't be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? So he's starting to understand that part. Okay. Thank you so much, Jessica Joseph, for the super chat. Jessica says he ain't got time for a fam vacay, but went to Africa. Ooh. That was an issue. That's right. Yeah, that was an issue on last season. Correct. She wanted a family vacay wanted him to come down to Disney World with her. She had to go and do things solo. But then he turned around and went to Africa solo. I'm sorry, she didn't want him to do things solo. She wanted him to come with the family, okay, and spend some family time together down in Disney World or whatnot. And he couldn't go because of work or whatever, but then turned around and made time to go to Africa. That was a great observation, Miss Jessica. I'm glad that you brought that to the front, okay? I am glad that you brought that to the front, all right? Because he was definitely wrong for that. And this is why Tisha get a lot of flack, because she just goes along. And I hate it for Tisha, because I know as much as you want your marriage and you don't want to be like Mel and Martell or whatever the people say about, you know, being divorced and all this. I know you don't want to be a part of that stigma or whatever you want to call it. But there's also nothing wrong with finding your voice and speaking your voice to this man. Okay, I feel like you've been with Marsau enough to know how to exercise your voice in the marriage, and it just doesn't seem like it's always being exercised, nor is it being considered or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just see, girl. He says that he's valuing time more than he's valuing money these days. And he also speaks on how he wants an assistant and he wants a chief of staff. All right. She's like, girl, what's a chief of staff? He said an assistant. I said, is it? Okay, then, well, whatever y'all want to call it, you need somebody that's going to help out. Okay. And she says that she wants him to get she wants to choose the person that's going to work with him. And she prefers that person be an older woman. And I said, you must not know how these old women be getting down too. Girl, didn't your mama just sit up here and tell you that she got menses? Okay, did she say she got a man and a boyfriend? Girl, and one of them probably young. Ain't no telling, girl, so I don't know why you sitting up here thinking you finna be safe with an older one, but either way, girl, good luck. All right, so let's keep going. Tisha then calls out Marsau. She changes the subject, right? Because she really didn't want to talk about that. Talk about saying, but you messy. You knew you shouldn't have posted that picture. You knew you should not have posted that picture of your brother. Why you air him out like that? Girl, I see you, Tisha, trying to change the subject. Marsau says that Maurice wants to be an attorney when answering questions on a technical basis. Basically, he wants to be careful with his answers, okay? But facts don't lie. And I'm with Marsau on this. I'm sorry, y'all be mad, y'all want to. As much as I love Kimmi, I'm glad Marsau aired out his damn brother, because I do feel like Maurice like to tiptoe in his J's, okay? And whatever little heels he got on that day, he likes to tiptoe and act like he's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the safer guys, and you're not. You're not. So I'm glad your brother called your bluff. All right, been up here lying to the people. Girl. And then Tisha says that then she goes on to talk about Miss A, okay? And from Miss A is Ariane. For those of you guys that do not know, that is the mother of Martell's fifth child, right? Martell's fifth child. Yes, and longtime side woman, okay, to his marriage when he was with Miss Melody Holt, okay? Now Melody Cherie. All right, so that's her. Now Tisha says that, oh, Miss A, she want to be relevant so bad. Like, she want to be relevant so bad by calling them cheaters, and she just kept it going. And Marsau said, okay, Tisha, we got it. Okay, Tisha. But you're doing exactly what it is that you said that you wasn't going to do. And so you be doing all this mother talking on TV, and then you be back here watching yourself at a later time, and then you be over there like, baby, you should just stop me so I don't be saying all the stuff that I be saying. So here it is. I'm over here trying to stop you from saying this shit. Because in a minute, you're going to be disappointed that you even said something. So if the person is irrelevant, why is you even bringing them up? Okay, she's like, okay, then, all right. I'm going to be quiet. I ain't gonna say that. But listen, then she had turned around and said, I said, Tisha, girl, you know you care. You know you care, okay? She kept trying to talk about it, but Marsau had to definitely check her, put her in her place. Like, don't even bring it up. He said, if a person calls you a dog, doesn't mean you have to respond or something like that. Y'all know Marsau is the only person that can come up with the weirdest shit and make it make sense. At least for himself, okay? But I definitely understood where he was coming from. Like, I mean, shit, if you feel like they're irrelevant, then it's like, why continue to breathe life into what they saying and trying to make them even more relevant? Like, they could still be relevant in somebody else's world, but they ain't got to have shit to do with what's going on over here just because they spoke on us, you know? So I understood it. Anyway, let's get to Martell and Louis. Give me 1 second here. Let me blow this up. Martell and Louis. So Martell goes over to see Louis at, you know, the batting cage or whatever the little spot that Louis got going on, honey. And Martell says that he been going through it mentally and emotionally. I said, and you mean financially too, right? Okay, add that one to the pile. Add it to the pile, baby. We know that you have definitely been going through it, honey. Okay. Martell says that Mel isn't doing the things she's supposed to do. I said, here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go. What she didn't do this time, Martell? What she didn't do? Okay, it's always Martell told something. She didn't do what she's supposed to. Did you do what you were supposed to do? See, had you done what you were supposed to do, we wouldn't even be here. You know that, right? Okay, but we here now. We here now? Okay. So he says that she got 2 phones and she ain't been answering his calls. One of the phones that she has where he has access to, I guess that's the phone she keeps off. That's fucked up. So he ain't been able to like really interact with her so that he can get his kids and spend time with them and all that other stuff. Okay. So then Louis brings up Mel stepping out, talking about the reunion and how Martell said Mel stepped out and all this other stuff, right? Martell says that she was cheating on him around the same time that he was cheating on her, but I'm the only person out here being ridiculed for her. I'm the only person out here catching at work, right? So then they flash back to where Mel pretty much admitted to cheating on him, but says that she did not consider it cheating because she moved out and got her own spot for what, maybe a month or two, and then she came back into the house, I think. Don't quote me on that because I feel like it was like maybe like a few months, maybe three at most. I'm not sure. I feel like she said it on one of the episodes. But that's why she didn't feel like it was cheating, because she moved out and then she did her thing and then she came back into the household. Y'all tell me if y'all feel like that was cheating, right? I don't know. I don't know if it was cheating or not, because I feel 2 ways. Hey, Armarian, I feel 2 ways. I feel like at the end of the day, you were still married. So if you engaged in any activity under that marriage umbrella, then it was cheating. But at the same time, I feel like, girl, I wouldn't know what's I'm in the situation. B.I.T. and I done moved out the house and feel like me. I'm going to do what I want to do. So no, I didn't cheat. You know what I'm saying? So y'all tell me what y'all think, especially you married folk out there, honey. Thank you so much, Jessica, for the super chat. She says he lost his storyline without Mel too. Everything gone, just everything gone. I feel like the only little piece he do got with the storyline is Miss A that's not even on the show. The little piece that he could talk about and the kids, and that's it. But once that's done, then what else we talking about, Martell? You can't keep blaming her talking about something she didn't do what she was supposed to do this time. Like, come on, right? So then we get to Louis. Louis brings up the photo. Yeah, the photo that Marsau posted, okay? And how Marsau threw Maurice under the bus, which he kind of did, but I feel like high key Maurice threw himself under the bus, because had he never lied, okay, at the end of the day, here's the thing for me. Let's not make the issue more about the photo that was put up on Marsau's page, okay? Let's not do that. The issue at hand is Maurice lying. That's the focal point, not the photo. The photo's not the focal point. The focal point is the lie that Maurice told. And here's the gag. We already knew that he lied. Everybody that watched the reunion knew Maurice was lying. Like, how your brother was privy to it, but you wasn't privy to it. And y'all all been friends around the same amount of time. Like, we know you lying. Okay, so the issue ain't even the photo. It's your lies. But let's keep going. What else? Martell says that he was disappointed in Marsau. I said, I know you're not disappointed in nobody. I know you. Come to the front, Martell Holt. Martell Holt, come to the front. Martell Holt, come to the front. I know you're not disappointed in nobody when you was going through your own situation and you tried to sit up there and throw Marsau under the bus talking about you was out here with 20 women. Hey, Miss Wanda, how are you? Okay? You was up here talking about you out here acting like you ain't been with 20 women yourself. Okay? So now that he do this, you want to sit up here and say that you disappointed in him. No, we're disappointed in you. Okay? Anyway, so Martell says that he doesn't want Maurice's marriage to end over some stuff over some stuff that's been out here or whatever like that. And I'm like, baby, it's not going to end because Kimmi not going nowhere. And that's just on P. And I told y'all that already. I said, should this stuff come out to even be actual factual, Kimmi's not leaving her husband at this time, because I do feel like it was old, or at least that's going to be an excuse that was used. And we heard Kimmi use that. In my opinion, when she tried to excuse it by saying, technically, we weren't married, but we were dating. And I'm like, it don't matter. It don't matter. And then we find out that you tell Mel, we got a house together. And I said, B.I.T., how you over here getting a house together, but then want to talk about it wasn't technically cheating? And the way Maurice was out here electrosliding and doing all this dancing and everything around these questions, I said, baby, he did it. Ain't nobody for to tell me nothing else. He did it. 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 But he did it. Mm-hmm. He did it. Whatever she said he did that shit. He did it. It's okay. It's okay. It's the past. We're gonna move on. But you did it. What else? So Kimmi and Maurice. So she overwhelmed and brings up Marsau in his post because she's pissed about it. Here's another thing that I do not like, and Maurice has been doing this shit since last season. And I do not like this wholeheartedly. And I really want Maurice to truly work on this. And he may not do this off camera, but when he does it on camera, it makes me think that this is how he is. I don't like how he has such a disregard for how Kimmi feels about situations. That's a fucking problem for me. If you see that this is something that bothers her, like, have a serious conversation about it. Instead of saying, like, are you serious? Are you asking me that? And then you doing all this tip tapping and dancing and backflips and all this other stuff that you over here doing, break dancing. I hate it. I don't like when he does that to her. Because Kimmi is not a dumb woman by far, but it makes me cringe when she kind of lets him have his way sometimes. At least that's how it comes off, right? It's like she just be like, okay. You know, I do not like that. I don't like that at all. But anyway, so Kimmi didn't understand the concept of the post. She didn't know like where Marsau was going with this. Maurice says that Marsau wanted to be funny and says that people called him a liar, but then says he told us he was there. Oh yeah, he said, yeah, people called me a liar, but I said I was there. I said, where? Where the fuck? Where did you say that shit at? Because we never saw that. We didn't see that. You lying again, girl. Fart on those bars because he lying. Kimmi says that in the confessional, she says he cheated by definition and it wasn't cool. And I said, I told y'all Kimmi wasn't going nowhere. Okay. The fact that she said he cheated by definition and it was cool, but technically we weren't married at that time. Okay. Kimmi says that people started to text her out of nowhere. Mel was also one of those people that text her to check on her to make sure she was good. Right. So she asked him if he slept with a linebacker. He asked, are you really asking me this? Okay. I'm like, Maurice, just, okay, just answer it. Maurice was about to give a bunch of excuses because she's like, baby, listen, I just need a yes and I need a no. Okay, which one? Which one is it? Okay, I don't need all the extraness that you're trying to give me. What is going to be a short answer? Okay. So he says, no. Yeah. So Maurice says no. And then he says he would never, he said, I would have never dated a linebacker. That's what Maurice said. Maurice said, no, I didn't do it. And I would have never dated a linebacker. Girl, the people said, but you married one. And I didn't say that. I'm telling you what the people said that you did. Okay. The people said, y'all are disrespectful as hell. Cause them comments was like, you married one and you got the audacity to have America thinking that you want to sit up here and mess on one. And when they say marry one, they're not talking about Kimmi. Okay? Because Kimmi is far from that. All right. So I'm just telling you what the people had said. They was talking the first time around. That's just what they said. Cause I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say that. I was just telling you, I'm just regurgitating what the folks had said. They said you had already dipped into that pond. So don't be trying to act like you wouldn't dip into that pond again. Kimmi is all cap. Thank you so much, Phil, for the super chat. It's funny because Kimmi didn't care when it was just Marsau and Tisha wanted sympathy. Now she cared because Maurice is involved. Oh my. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Phil. What else we got? So Kimmi tells him that he and Marsau like to act like they don't care when they really need to because it affects them. Then she brings up Tisha and how, Tisha included, it affects her as well. So then he tells her she should support Tisha. I said, look at this mother here deflecting, baby. If you ain't an attorney, I don't know what the you are. Okay, it's the deflection for me. But shout out to Kimmi because Kimmi was able to catch that when he was like, well, if you're so concerned about Tisha, then I think that you should just go and call your sister and check on her. And I know Kimmi wanted to say, first of all, y'all need to stop calling this girl my motherfucking sister. Understand, okay? Please understand, this is sister by marriage. Y'all be trying to force this image. The only people related here is you and Marsau. But y'all need to stop trying to call this force this girl on me. Stop that. Okay, we cool. Didn't I tell y'all at the reunion I could take her or leave her? So stop doing that. I know she wanted to cuss him out just for that. Stop putting this lady on me, baby. Okay, we good. What else? So Then she tells him that he's deflecting. Okay, shout out to her for that. So she wants him to care and doesn't want to and he doesn't want to care. He says, well, I don't care, but I'm only willing to care if it affects you, but I don't give a damn. What the hell you think he's doing now? If she's having a conversation with you now and she's telling you that it's affecting her, you should care. What the fuck is he? Smooth talker and a smooth walker, you, sir. Okay? Maurice, you're full of it. And I don't like it. But I love Kimmi. And we're not going to stand for your foolishness here. Not in 2022. So get it together. And you better have it in order by the time the reunion rolls around. Oh, girl, he just, I didn't like that. You should care. And that's another example of how I just feel like he disregards how she feels a lot of the times. And she just kind of like, I don't know if like she doesn't want to argue with something. So she just gets like passive. She's starting to kind of take the same role as Tisha a little bit, but she's a bit like Kimmi and Tisha exude different types of energies. Okay. And I lack of a better word, I feel like Kimmi's energy is much more stronger than Tisha's, but still I see her take that backseat role kind of when it comes to him, the same way Tisha does it with Marsau. I feel like Tisha, maybe that's what it is. Tisha does it all the time with Marsau, whereas Kimmi don't do it all the time, but sometimes she does, right? Anyway, so we get to Destiny in the booth. Girl, if y'all don't get the fuck girl, if y'all don't cut this shit. So Destiny is in the booth, and I said cue the auto tune to the highest power. You know, but I feel like, I mean, she's not bad. You know what I'm saying? She's not bad. You know, just like Mel ain't all that either. You know, so I mean sometimes it'd be like, y'all sure that's what y'all want to do? I'm just trying to figure out. I'm on 10. I want to see y'all smile life. I'm on 10. Like, are y'all sure that's what y'all want to do? Girl, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to keep this shit honest. That goddamn song, Mel dropped, the sideline song, the second one. And all my friends be roasting you. I said, you sure this what you want to do? Because this one ain't it right here. The first one, yes. This, no. Okay, and then you got somebody over here talking about being on 10. Girl, I cannot. Go ahead. Y'all came out Destiny. You came out better doing a rap. You did. You came out better doing a rap than you did coming out singing, because now people gonna just drag you, I feel, because Mel did it first, even though there's room for everybody to do the same thing, okay? But I feel like you just could have been a little different, you know what I'm saying? And just rapped on that beat instead of sung on that beat, you know? And the people clowned you in that interview that you did recently when you decided to sing a song, and it was just as flat as it was when we heard you on television, okay? Yes. And then Tisha coming in there talking about, I see you, why I like it. I said, Tisha, go back to where you, go study. Go study, Tisha. Tisha, go open the book. That's what you're amazing at, okay? And you're selling one. Go open the book, Tisha. I guess, girl, but that's how you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? I guess you don't want to hurt your friends' feeling, girl. You want to support all their aspirations and stuff, honey. So I guess, girl, so I'm gonna hit at some point, ain't? Oh, all right. So Destiny thanks her for first of all, Destiny confirmed that their friendship had been around for like the past year, or it's been growing or something like that. And I was like, well, thanks for confirming that, girl, because you trying to make it seem like y'all had been friends for a minute. That's what you said in your interview. But then you turn around here on TV and you say y'all been growing y'all friendship since like last year. And I say, yeah, when you and Mel fell out, right? And so when you and Mel was starting to be on the outs and she started choosing Tiffany over you or whatever other friends over you, you started to get close with Tisha. That's what that was, girl. But anyway, so Destiny tells us that she was on public assistance and she ran through her 401k at one point. This was after her divorce. So all of this had to be happening while she was on the show. And she said she was thankful that bills continued to get paid. Excuse me. I actually love this, that she was open, because I feel like this was the most open that Destiny has been with us. She wasn't going to give us a whole lot about LeBerry. Okay, and maybe that's still a sore spot for her, and she doesn't want to talk about that, especially being that she has a child with him. But I did appreciate her opening up about that and, you know, working on getting to a better place. So now she's at a place where she can go into the studio and lay the driest vocals that she can. So I am glad that she's in that better place. Okay, so thanks for opening up. Destiny says that she hasn't spoken to Mel, and Tisha over there acting like, oh, wow. That's so messed up. Girl, I'm glad. Is she my friend? I'm sorry. That is so, oh my God. I can't believe, I'm like, Tisha, stop acting like you ain't happy. I never want to come in between you guys. This is never something that I want to do. I said, Tisha, bye. So Destiny says Mel hasn't been around, and she says that Mel has kind of like created her own boundaries. So she's cool with dealing with her from a distance. Like, those the boundaries you said, girl, we over here with it. Do what you gonna do, right? So she says that she'll continue to love and support her from a distance. So for y'all that did not see that interview, Destiny actually purchased some of Mel's products from 7th Avenue. So I guess that's what she means by I'm going to continue to support from a distance. And it's a distance that Melody created on her own, according to Miss Destiny. Okay. So they speak on the LA incident. All right. They felt as though Mel kind of like was listening through the walls. Well, I don't know, girl. Either she was listening through the walls or y'all was just that loud enough for her to hear y'all. Okay. Mel overheard Tisha and Destiny talking about her. Destiny said that they had brunch at a later time, and Mel confronted her and said she told Mel everything that she said. She was like, well, I told her what I said. You know what I'm saying? I told what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have to tell what you said, bitch. I just, you know, stood up for myself, girl. And no. I don't believe Destiny. Destiny said that the things we talked about over there in that room was the same things that people had already heard on the reunion. No, the fuck, ma'am, not. Because if it's things we already heard on the reunion, then what you talking about it? Like, for what else? Usually when people talk about things that's previously had, they're adding more of their opinion and their thoughts about the situation. So, yeah. And I know you ain't talking about what we already heard, because, you know, we really didn't hear a whole lot of from you. But anyway, when it comes to them being in that room and stuff, I do feel like Destiny added more thoughts, okay? And sometimes if she did it, I will say this, sometimes it's not even so much as you adding your thoughts, is you co-signing the things that another person has to say about you. And I don't think too many people is going to be willing to be friends with a bitch that you will sit up there and talk and discuss me about in a negative manner. You know what I'm saying? And not one time did I hear you have my back during that conversation. Like, what we doing? Right? So what else happened? Tisha says, Destiny said that Mel told her, it's not the things that you said or whatever. It was more so the fact that you were actually having a conversation with my enemy. Now, when Destiny did her interview, I started to think that she was referring to Martell as the enemy. But now we see for sure it was Tisha that Mel was talking about. And Mel, she called Tisha the enemy. And Tisha like, I'm the enemy now? And it's like, Tisha, you know she don't put you like that. You know she don't put you like that. Now, maybe enemy was a strong word. Okay, maybe that was a strong word, but y'all definitely ain't friends, okay? Tisha ain't no friend of Mel, in my opinion. So with you knowing that, Destiny, why did you feel so comfortable engaging in conversation about Mel? And it's so funny to me because at a later time, what we gonna see, and I'm sure I'm gonna bring this up again, we're gonna see Tisha talking to her cousin saying, you did that bullshit right there. Don't be discussing me when you with Mel, but you can discuss Mel when you with Destiny. How that's supposed to work? Oh, okay. Anyway, so Destiny is confused because Mel said that she wouldn't interfere with their friendship, and up until this point she hasn't. But now that she's overheard them chit chatty patty, you know, she's moving on. What else did they say? Tisha says that she doesn't want to come in between both of them, which was a lie to me. Tisha says that she is trying to make a big thing out of it. Tisha feels like that's what Mel is doing, trying to make a big deal out of nothing. Right? Here go Destiny. Right. Because real women have conversations and they move on. Period. And I said, well, that's what Mel did. She had a conversation with your ass and she moved on. You just weren't included and she moved on. And that's the problem for you. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Mel and Kimmi. So Mel is very disappointed in, I'm sorry, not Mel, but Kimmi is very disappointed in Marsau, okay? Mel says it was because Maurice lied about being there. That's the reason why he posted it, because Kimmi like, well, why would he do this? Like, I'm still trying to understand. And Mel's like, because your husband lied. Like, let's not overlook that fact. That's the fact here, okay? He lied, all right? So his brother called this out in the subtlest way, all right? Very loud at the same time. So Kimmi still doesn't understand Marsau's plan. Right. And I'm like, well, why does it have to be a plan, though, Kimmi? Why does it like, does it I don't think it's a plan. I don't think it would need to be a plan, but okay. Kimmi says that they bought their home in 2014. And Mel had to make sure she let her know, but y'all was together. She was like, yeah, we bought our home in 2014, okay? But all of that stuff happened. The picture said circled 2015. Girl, yikes. Kimmi says that cheating is a deal breaker. And I'm like, but y'all bought a house. I told y'all Kimmi wasn't going to go nowhere. Kimmi ain't finna go nowhere no time soon. Now, if he does a slip up again, I think Kimmi would be out the door. What else? I know she was going to not care because she married. She gonna forgive him. Mel asked her if she talked to Tisha about it. Kimmi says, yeah, but she said she didn't read all of that mess. And Mel like, girl, if you believe this, okay. And Kimmi like, well, girl, why did you do that? And she was like, cause your friend fake is. Let's talk about that. And I agree. She said, Mel said she be up there responding to all of the comments and stuff. But then now all of a sudden she ain't reading to all of that. This is how we know Tisha was a lie. Because you was sitting up here about to relay word for word what Miss A said on her Instagram page. So I know you saw Marsau. I know you saw everything that was out there. So girl, you was privy. You knew what was going on. I don't know why. That's why people don't be liking Tisha sometimes, because she just be trying to downplay shit. But anyway, so what else? Mel tells her that she is full of SHI and says that, yeah, she be commenting to the comments and stuff. So I don't know how she didn't see it. Kimmi is confused about Mel and Tisha. Mel tells her, because she's like, I thought y'all was cool. I thought y'all hashed everything out. And then Mel said, girl, no, the hell we didn't. Now when she sat up there at the reunion, gonna sit up there and talk about I tried to ruin her marriage. Okay, no, ma'am. And then, girl, I ain't tell you about how I was over there at the hotel and Destiny room was right next to mine. Girl, and I'm like, now, first of all, Mel, you mean to tell me you really didn't know Destiny was right next door to you? Oh, okay. So she's like, yeah, girl, I heard them in there talking about me, girl. They were saying all kind of stuff about me, and I ain't like that, right? So then she also talked about how, I had linked up with Destiny, and we had a conversation, and she ended up admitting to all the shit that she said about me. She admitted to talking shit about me, girl, and she apologized for it. Mel says that she told her that because she chose to talk about her to Tisha, she says that's a no for her. I can't fault Mel on that. I'm not going to fault Mel on that one. Ain't too many people gonna continue to rock with somebody that they found out was sitting over here talking about them to somebody else. What else happened? What else happened? So then Mel invites Kimmi to come out to a pajama party. She's like, girl, I'm doing a pajama party. I'm getting us all black pajamas. So you coming? And she's like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna call. She's like, all right, then. So I'm gonna let you know now, girl, these two bibbity bobbity boos, them is not welcome. So don't be trying to go out here running your beef cakes. What Jocelyn be saying? Your beef suckers. Okay, don't be going out here running your beef suckers or whatever, and trying to invite the girls out because they not welcome. And I said what I said, okay? So Kimmi says that she's going to go. So there's that, all right? So later on that night, we get to the Scott's dinner, okay? The Micah, which happens to be, I believe, the brother. So he wanted to have Maurice and Marsau come together so that they can sort out these issues, okay, regarding that photo. So Kimmi gets straight to the point once they get there, okay? She asked Marsau what was he thinking about when he made the post. Marsau says that he didn't think Kimmi would be a part of it. And Maurice and Kimmi is like, what you think? Like, how did you think I wasn't going to be a part of it? So Marsau is thinking this. I just thought that he was going to get reprimanded. Like, okay, you lied. You said you wasn't there, but you were there. But I didn't think that it was going to be a whole story to follow talking about how he actually messed around with somebody. And I think he was telling the truth when he said that. Nobody knew that she was going to come out and be so vocal. But Martell was in the mess too while he's sitting up there talking about somebody being disappointed in Marsau and how he did that, because you the one who got up under that very picture, sir. And you saying, shout out to Miss A. You added her and said for taking this picture. And that's what included her in on all of the mess, girl. So you had a hand in this while you sitting over there talking about how you disappointed in somebody. Baby, cut the shit. What is going on? Marsau says that he thought it was going to be like, he thought it was going to show that Maurice was actually complacent when he was spending all that time in the reunion trying to act like he wasn't that complacent or whatever, or he didn't witness anything, okay? So he was airing his brother out. Kimmi says that she doesn't understand how he doesn't think that some of his actions will affect his wife and others. Like, I don't see how you sit there and you think that, right? So Maurice decided to ask Tisha, like, what were your thoughts? How did you feel? Tisha said it really didn't bother me. I wasn't tripping too much or whatever. And then she opens up and said, in the beginning, stuff like that bothered me, but now it doesn't bother me as much. Okay, so whatever, Tisha. Maurice tells Marsau that they are in a different place. In so many words, he was telling his brother, you play too much. Okay, now we in a different place with each other. I got a problem with you. Okay. Marsau says, hey, I thought it was funny because it's funny to get in trouble with your wife, but I mean, not for me to get in trouble. We know not for you because you never get in trouble with your wife. Your wife stay getting in trouble with your ass though. Anyway, so Maurice says that if he would have posted outside kids, because y'all know it was rumored that Marsau had about 2 kids. So he was like, if I would have posted the image of a crib and said outside kids, that would have been different. And then him on Tisha's house said, that would have been wrong. That ain't nice or whatever. And then Marsau said whatever he said. He was like, well, I'm just letting you know, like how you would have thought that would have felt. I still feel like that's different. Okay. We do not know for a fact that Marsau has outside kids. Okay. So even if you would have posted that, you would have just been trying to joke and make fun of your brother and nothing would have happened with that. What Marsau posted on you, baby, was the fact that you lied. We already knew that you lied. Your brother came with the confirmation. So you posting a crib would not have confirmed anything for us. Okay? So you're going to have to sit in this L. Sit all the way down in it, girl. You might want to turn that L into a V so you could actually sit your ass in it, okay? There's just that. Maurice says that there are so many things that he knows that he doesn't say about this whole situation. That was interesting right before the show went off. And I'm like, well, what is the things that you know that you ain't saying? What do you mean? There are a lot of things that you know that you ain't saying about this whole city. What is it? What is it? Huh? I don't know. He probably was just trying to ruffle somebody's feathers and get him in trouble with his wife again by saying that. Ain't no telling y'all. Y'all think Marsau out here cheating? I think anything is possible. However, we ain't got nobody coming out admitting to nothing. So until that happens, I'm going to think that Marsau probably ain't out here doing a damn thing. Okay. All right. So that's just pretty much everything that happened, girl, on Love and Marriage Huntsville and all of that. It was a cute little episode for what it was. I was looking at it like, yo, a lot of the stuff that we saw in this episode was on the previews. So I was like, damn, y'all giving us a whole lot based on like all of this we saw in the previews. What's going to be left in the season? And then something was like, how dare you underestimate Carlos King? And I said, oh, you're right, girl. It's going to be a whole lot more that's going to be to come. Okay. So there's that, y'all. It was a cute episode. It was good. I want to hear you all's thoughts and everything. What was interesting too for me was that we got more images of the other couples this episode than we did of Mel and Martell. I'm used to like seeing them more, but the show didn't even open up with them. It opened up with Tisha and Marsau. So interesting. Then it followed up with Miss Kimmi. So I feel like we're going to be seeing more of everybody else SHI than we are of Mel and Martell. Okay. And I'm not mad at it. All right. I want you guys to go ahead, like up the video. Okay. For those of you guys that's been watching over on TikTok, we're over here on YouTube. So feel free to follow. The link is in the bio. Okay. So you can be a part of the conversations when we do go live over here on the channel. Jamie, that's me. Okay. You guys go ahead and like up the video, honey. Go ahead and subscribe if you have yet to do so. Go ahead and share the video as well. And I'm going to go ahead and hop off this thing. Girl, thank you all so much for the love, for the likes, for the super chats, all of that great stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.